You are live is what it says on my screen. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live at Gebhards.
I thought it was Gebhards.
It is Gebhards.
Okay.
People know it's Gebhards,
Yeah.
but people like saying Live at Gebhards
Because
it
you
just
like saying live at Gebhards.
Well, I'm going to get T-shirts that say Live at Gebhards, and then it's going to have a little poof of a fart
on the bottom of the back.
Yeah. Oh, on the bottom of the back. I like that. But
Little fart cloud.
Little fart cloud. We're here. It's New York City. It's Friday. I was laying around. I said, you know what? Why don't we do another one? So Matt said, hell yeah. And then he got his big beer.
Got my big boy beer here.
What are you? What is that for real?
It's a club soda with bitters. Well, mine actually has trace amounts of alcohol in it, so I should.
Why?
You're not. Because the bitters.
Oh, there's bitters in there.
It's not really drinking, Mom.
I got a nice coffee for everybody here.
Yeah, too much milk in that one though.
I said, Matt, I like my coffee like I used to like my women when I was like hunting for the black lady.
Slightly milky.
Slightly, yeah, a little darker than this.
Hunting. You were hunting.
I was hunting. I used to go every once in a while.
You're sick.
Every once in a while after happy hour, I was feeling the itch.
Start the prowl,
and I would go to some of the black clubs up there.
Seen any black ladies around here?
Not that it's my. It was my thing for the night, not my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was a nightly thing.
It wasn't a nightly thing, but every once in a while you got
Before
the itch, and they would look at me like stupid white boy.
Is that the only itch you got, or did you get some other funky itches? I mean, not that that's funky.
I got some
completely
itches.
Normal.
I got some itches.
Let's hear some funk.
I got some itches. Let me think of more itches I have. But
as long as they're not Ron's itches. They're different types of itch.
I don't even want to know what
circular itches and scapular itches.
I don't even want to know Ron the waiter's itches. Can you imagine what his itches are?
I think we know many of them already.
That's the problem. Yeah, we do.
We know too much.
We do. But the sunglasses, because of the allergies, my eyes are swollen shut. Thank you, spring. Do you suffer from the allergies?
Sure do, bud. Yeah. In fact, I stole your clear eyes earlier.
I saw that.
And yep, I almost emptied the damn thing in my eyeball.
Well, I rub it on my taint, so anybody uses my eye drops, they get pink eye. So enjoy the pink eye.
I could tell it was a little tainted already.
Right.
But you know, if you consume it orally, not the taint, talking about the eye drops, I think it goes straight to diarrhea.
I've heard that. I think
let's try it.
Let's try it with Ron next week.
Okay, instead of crackers, next time is like, I bet you can't do 7 drops of clear eyes in a minute.
I like that. All right.
Oh, you win. You did it.
We got to say hi to a couple regulars. Patrick, always with us, always clicking when he sees them live. Thank you, Patrick. Of course, Nick. Red God 1 afternoon, Hope afternoon, right back at you, Red God. Tommy Festa.
Hey, Tommy.
Making the pizza dough. Live at Gebhards.
This stuff looks good. I want to check out that truck one day.
I keep telling Tommy, no, we need to do.
Tell him not to park out front, but
we need to legit set up a party because some of these people that are from faraway lands, they would come down. Like Tommy Festa would absolutely come down with his truck and make pizzas for us in a second. Red God 1 says live at Gebhards, greater than AM radio. Well, I mean, all right, I appreciate
for the moon there, but
I appreciate it, but. Yeah, the allergies are killing me. I'm on all sorts of cold medicine. My pistol is.
Yeah, is it cocked?
No, not even close. When you start slamming every fucking cold medicine and allergy medicine you can find, it becomes legit mush.
Oh,
it's mush.
It's great to hear. Thanks. Next topic, please.
All right. Well, we could talk about the fine young woman in the black T-shirt going braless, walking a dog as I was walking here.
Go on.
And she
was it like an evening gown, like a night dress, like a.
She looked like she could have been 20 or 40. She had a little cracky to her, a little cracky, and she was walking a dog that obviously wasn't hers. So it's probably one of those apps.
She could have been well preserved.
Well, yeah. Would you trust somebody with your dog on those apps?
I don't trust anyone with my dog on anything.
Exactly. That's why I haven't been away in 2 years. You idiots out there. You should have warned me about, when you decide to get a dog, that now you don't go away anymore because you don't trust anybody with your dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I see these walkers walking around. There's one guy in my neighborhood who walks like 8 dogs from a bike seat. So he's got his bike,
right,
and he has these dogs pull him around. He's on the sidewalk.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's smart, though.
I mean, he's an asshole, but
ignore the fact we only have one mic. I forgot Matt's mic, so just
dropped it.
So ignore the back and forth thing, okay? But around the corner, lady, she's got a black T-shirt on, looking a little cranky. She could have been 20, she could have been 40. She's walking somebody else's dog, obviously. No bra, so that was fun, but they were hanging a little low. And then her dog proceeded to crap right in the middle of the sidewalk. And on a Friday, these sidewalks are really, really busy. And one guy goes, yo, you can't leave that there. And then another lady goes, wait, she's going to leave it there. And now there's a whole thing with New Yorkers and they're pointing at her, don't you dare leave it there. And she's like, what did I do with it? That's why I know it wasn't her dog. And they go, there's bags. And they're pointing, there's bags. And now she's looking clueless, like, oh, okay, I'll do the right thing. I'll go get the bags. And then she slowly starts walking to these bags. And then I went, oh, my God. Run. She did the look behind her, like, are they walking away? And they started walking away. Now, there's new people on the sidewalk. They don't know that crap is from this dog walking away with the cracky lady. And all of a sudden, she's like, I think I'm good. And then she left the poo in the middle of the sidewalk.
They say there's like a $500 to $1,000 fine for doing that.
Really?
But I've never heard of anybody getting fined for dog shit. They should. Sometimes what they'll do, some people do have the bags,
right?
Which is nice, good start. But what they'll do, some of them, they'll pick up the poop and then throw the bag on the ground. Now you just added plastic to your litter.
Yeah.
And even worse, some people chuck them down our stairs.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh. Occasionally, I'll open up in the afternoon.
I use them as weapons.
Dog shit bags?
Yeah,
smart.
I
always have one on you.
No, when I'm walking my dog, I will dump the bag at the last second right outside my building because there's people blowing stop signs in my neighborhood. So if I'm walking with doggy and someone's blowing the stop sign, guess what gets smashed into the side of their car?
Sack. Yeah,
that's right.
Clean that up, you fool.
And people might go, why didn't you tell the lady to go back and clean up the poo? I was like, I'm trying not to act up as much, Matt. I'm trying not to act up as much.
You got to watch yourself in your age.
So I let her be. Speaking of dogs, do you ever play Sarah McLachlan with your dog?
I don't know what that is.
It's all the rage. It's all the rage.
Yeah, I'm not much of a rager. I don't like to follow the crowd. So
this is going to be one of those trending things on Facebook. I guarantee it.
Ooh, somebody's wearing too much perfume. Damn, man.
That was old lady perfume too, right? I know you.
With a wave. I hate that shit.
You're a fan of old lady perfume, right?
I don't like perfume at all. I'm offended when I smell perfume.
All perfumes.
I'd rather smell armpits.
Well, let me see. Oh, I think I could see a little bit. Let me rub the eyes.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You know why the divorce rate is so high? No, perfumes. This is like,
that can't be.
We need to dip into your mushrooms that you're growing in your basement.
I don't. What? But let's go back to divorce rate. What?
I believe the divorce rate is very, very high because of smells.
Why? Because guys come home with perfume on their collar?
Well, okay, that's one reason.
That's why you got to pick your mistress wisely.
That's one reason, but the other is that we're hiding the natural smells of human beings. So back in the day, you kind of had an attraction to the opposite sex's smells.
Sure.
So now we're masking that. Because now, next thing you know, you're like, I love that Victoria's Secret perfume, and you smell it in a bar.
Yeah.
So you think that's her natural scent? It's not.
The CK1 pheromones are what I was attracted to.
Really?
No, not really. But
all right.
You know what else?
Well, you never know with you. I mean,
some people, I don't know who they are, but they believe that that pheromone exchange is what started humans kissing each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
You could taste somebody right away and find out if you could live with them for a long time.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. And then we started masking that with mouthwash.
And
deodorant.
All right, so say no to toothbrushes, mouthwash, deodorant and perfume, and you'll live a long, happy life with your significant other.
I'm telling you, it was the skank.
Guaranteed.
It was the skank that were keeping couples together. I'm telling you.
Did you say the skank?
The skank.
Not the stank.
Oh, the stank.
The skank drives them apart.
Well, the stank and the skank.
Found out.
Right. The stank. You're right. The stank was keeping couples together.
Good. All right. Well, that's what we.
That's
need.
my theory for real.
So lucky me, my wife doesn't wear perfume.
Yeah, we don't wear. Same here.
And I know I do.
Same here.
I can smell you.
So you got to play Sarah McLachlan with your dog.
Okay. Like headphones on the dog, or do I have to listen to that shit too?
No, it's real easy. When you're walking your dog, right? You put the leash around a little pole so they can't go anywhere, and then you slowly start walking away, and then they give you that look, and then they will tilt their head like, "What the F's going on?" And that's when you do your rendition of "I will remember you." Will you remember?
How long do you play this for? I mean, have you done this for an extended almost couple of nights?
Almost a block. And then as you're trying to do the bit, it really starts getting really sad.
Yeah, you choke yourself up.
Yeah,
you ever want to just have a good cry?
Because there are people that do that for real.
Yeah, but they're psychos. I mean, they can do that.
Did you ever see the video? I don't even want to say it. I might get teary-eyed. Somebody basically in traffic dropped their dog out the window.
No.
To get rid of it.
Oh, God.
And then they drove away. I'll admit it. I was in tears.
That's okay. It's manly to cry about that sort of thing.
I was in tears because the dog was barking and begging and howling like, "What are you doing?" And the dog the car just went and went. And supposedly the video was so viral that they found the actual dog, and I think a normal person adopted the dog. I think it had a happy ending, but the video itself is so tragic.
That's tough. Poor dog. Poor dog. Now the dog's got to say to the new owners, like, "Hey, but you're not my real mom."
True. True that.
The adoption thing's tough.
It is tough, right?
Right.
Yeah. I would be too, Ope. That is some sick ass. Who does that to a dog? Squirrel Master. What's going on, Squirrel?
Secret squirrel?
Well, the worst dog video I saw, I don't even know. I can't do it to the people on a Friday. I think this was the video when I truly realized that the internet is evil.
Yeah.
Pure evil. Let's just put it this way. In the Middle East, they don't look at dogs the same way.
That's true.
And kids were having fun with a dog.
Oh, no thanks.
And the dog. I'll stop there. But it was a video out of the Middle East, and it was insanely tragic.
No thanks.
Right.
Leave me out of that one.
But what about the Asian countries with the dogs?
There's a lot.
Wait, is Thailand like that?
What, do they just beat dogs to death?
No, where they don't respect dogs and they actually eat them, and they're not really pets. Does Thailand have a taste of that?
I've never tasted.
No, I mean the culture. I'm not.
No, I don't think so. It's not. It's not like their neighboring countries. It's not. So
do people have dogs as pets in Thailand?
Dogs. Yeah, there's mostly. It's like have you been to Jamaica?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of just wild domesticated dogs just kind of hanging around. You'll see that in Thailand, but they're usually, they're short little guys.
Yeah, but the wild dogs do well for themselves.
They do.
Jamaica, they warn you be careful. There's wild dogs all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah. And then they try to sell you weed.
Well, they do try to sell you. They try selling you weed as soon as you get off the fucking airplane.
I always buy it right then.
You do?
Yes.
Why? That's the best stuff?
Well, it's off the airplane. You get in the cab and the guy goes, to the last couple of times I've been down, he's like, "Yo, man, how much weed do you think you can smoke in a week?" And I was like, "Well, I only got 5 days, so we're looking at a half of a zipper." And then he's like, "All right, man." And then a dude jumps out of the weeds. He pulls a car over. A guy jumps out of the banana trees.
Yeah.
Throws a bag in the car and dives back in the weeds.
Really?
And then he drives off.
Yeah, but they're not worried. No one's arresting them because that's
it's more of a it's theatrical,
right?
That whole thing. But then the weed's great.
Well, now I understand the giant hats in Jamaica because they swim up to you. I actually saw a swim up. When you're
out of the top.
You're hanging out. You're with your stupid white skin in Jamaica, and you're kind of floating on a floating
from here,
and all of a sudden they'll swim up from behind you, and they take off their giant popcorn making hat.
Her boobies were just talking to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Let's go to the. We got a street cam today too. Let's
Booby cam.
let's go booby cam. Not a bad idea. We should have just named this booby cam. I think that'll do it, right? Yeah, there you go. The streets of New York City. Oh, boo. Boo.
Nice try. Anyway.
Boo. What's Red God saying? Red God's got to go already? Why you got to go? What's up, brother? How are you, man? Got to run, Hope. Enjoy the evening and weekend. Catch you next stream. Right on. All right. The reason I went to Jamaica was for the weed, Squirrel Master.
Makes sense.
I told you I befriended the locals because I was walking the beach every day, and they invited me up into the mountains to see where they grow the shit.
Yeah, I saw that once too. That was pretty cool.
Wait, you actually went?
Yep.
See, I was too scared to go.
Yeah.
And the guys seemed cool and legit, but
Well, actually, this one was it was, I forget what waterfall it was. It was this whole thing. You can go, you take a hike down the stream, and then you get to go swim around the waterfall. And I was all excited, picturing this lagoon and like, I don't know, at least an 8-foot waterfall. And we get there and we're doing this tour, walking down the stream, and he's like, "Okay, there's the falls, man." And I'm looking, and it's honestly, it's 18 inches. And I couldn't believe it. And he's like, "You can swim underneath the thing." I'm like, "You can't swim underneath that. You can't." So we ended up paying for this tour. It was just a little, there was a rock in a stream and the water went over it.
That was it. Was it Dunn's Falls?
No, I don't think so.
All right. But you went up into the mountains.
Yeah. And then we toured the weed facility.
See, I wasn't scared they were going to rob me because I would go up there with like just a few bucks. You know what I mean? I was scared they were going to do stuff with my hiney.
Yeah. Your hiney?
Yes, because all of a sudden,
like your hiney, you're so vain.
All of a sudden, I'm stuck in the mountains. I'm like, oh no.
I got my white butt stuck in the mountains.
It's about time I show.
There's my beer.
Oh,
there's my beer.
Hey,
get back. The bag's open.
That's a badass truck.
It is.
That is cool as hell. We got to keep this view for a while.
Yeah.
I loved Jamaica though. Loved it.
I did too. I did too until the last time.
What happened last time?
I made friends with the local guy. He was really cool. He was the bartender at one of the beach bars, and he just let me serve myself, and I pay what I thought was good, and it was cool. He was a nice guy, and I tipped him big at the end of the week. I was like, thanks, man. I'm sure you're having a. He always tells me about his hard times, so I gave him a couple of bucks, and then after that, then we shared a WhatsApp contact. Then he started calling. He's calling. I need your help. I need you to send me some money. I need you to help me get into the U.S. I need this. I need that. Calling every day for months. And I had to eventually just stop, pretty quickly stop talking to him.
Right.
And now I'm telling it's probably 6-7 years later. He still calls me.
What is he looking for?
Money or help to get off the island.
Oh,
and I have nothing to share.
I guess when you go to the resorts, a lot of those guys are trying to help their situation, right?
Well, they are, and it makes sense. You get a good tip at the end of the week if you help the guy out. He was a helpful dude.
They wanted some upgrades,
but then he wanted more than just that. Oh man, no good deed goes unpunished, they say.
Right.
And I got punished.
Jamaica, I want to go back so bad, but the ride in the little kind of buses.
Do you go to Negril? I go to Negril.
Is that the one way out?
Yeah, when you land in Mo Bay.
And then you got
it's like an hour 40 or something.
All right, yeah, that's it. Did you get stopped along the way and the army men come on and they're really intimidating?
The first time I went with my ex, when we got to the hotel, there were guys with fully automatic machine guns on the doorstep, and they checked our passports. So I thought that was a little strange at first, but and then you'd see them around, but they were pretty cool after that. But it was alarming at first.
Well, they go on the buses fully armed, and basically they're looking for a payday.
Wow!
And the bus driver knows it's time to pay up, and then they walk the aisle.
Who pays?
Really intimidating. No, they didn't ask us for money. It was obviously something with the bus and these guys.
All right.
It was very obvious that was a shakedown.
And then the bus guy's like, "Hey, he took all my money. Can you guys help me?"
But all of a sudden, like, they see the army guys and the bus driver's like, all right, everyone be cool. Be
Throw
cool.
it out the window.
And then it's the whole thing they do. They're just used to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Or it's a game.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on, man? We got the Pope's funeral tomorrow.
Can't wait. That's so exciting. I've been looking forward to this for weeks.
I'm just glad they finally closed the coffin, man.
I saw an AI video with Jesus and the Pope flying through the clouds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty good. This AI knows what it's doing.
Well, that's why I have a problem with like organized religion. Pope Francis was the Pope, right? He's got basically the easy pass to God, supposedly. They vote for the guy, and then next thing you know, he has the magical powers.
Right.
So that alone, I got a problem with. And then the Pope dies, and he gets to be really close to God, I guess, right?
Yeah, sure. He's right there.
He's right there with all the other popes that
He's at the right hand of the right hand.
He's not at the right hand of God, because at the
Right
right hand of God,
the right hand.
He's
at the right hand of Jesus.
With all the other popes.
With all the other, this is the most recent one, so he cuts the line, right?
Well, what happens?
Push all the other popes back.
What happens to the rest of the popes?
They go back one.
They go back one.
Yeah.
And how many?
They couldn't last.
How many popes have we had?
I don't know, like 37.
That's it?
I don't know.
No,
I am the last guy.
I think
that was a shot in the dark.
I would say
we have none right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Popeless Catholic Church.
But they're handing out all
party time, everybody.
They're handing out all the pamphlets and the paperwork, and then the bishops are now going to vote.
What? And then
the next guy.
And then a group of guys in the Vatican get to smoke a bong and then open the window.
You think that's how they do the smoke?
It's got to be.
All right.
It's got to be.
You think some of these
they're all Jamaicans?
You think some of these bishops bring a little weed with them?
Yep.
You got to think one of them has over the years.
Yeah.
Right.
They all, I mean, they're into some dark shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do a little bit of, just like general weed smoking.
The dark arts.
The dark arts of
but
violation.
Isn't there symbolism in old religious art that shows like the pot plant?
And the mushroom,
the pot leaf, and the mushrooms, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're in on all that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's right.
I think so.
I say we bring weed back to religion.
Yes.
Yep.
I would go to church every Sunday.
Every
Take
day.
me to the church on time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would do that.
Whoops.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm working. No, working tonight. Got a little stuff to do tomorrow, and then we're headed up to the house.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Mom's moving back in for the season.
I'm jealous.
So I gotta clean up.
Gotta get it all clean.
I gotta mow the damn lawn now. Oh man.
Yeah, the lawn.
We're back.
Weeding and mowing and all that garbage.
And that's all right. That's my safe space.
Up there?
Yep. Well, on the lawnmower, because that's a V-twin.
Well, me and you are similar. You're not a big fan of the city. You like getting out of here, right?
I'm done with this place.
God, so am I. I'm gonna miss you.
Well, whatever. I just can't wait. It's so quiet up there. Amelia gets to run around. Justy gets to run around. Otto crawls on his belly. But yeah, so we're looking forward, and I got to start getting the garden ready. There's all sorts of shit to do.
So yeah, there's nothing better. I mean, in 5-6 weeks,
I got to sell my truck. Anybody want to?
How much?
$16,000.
$16,000 for a pickup truck?
Yep.
I'm looking for a Jeep. I need a beach Jeep.
Can't help you there.
I know.
Pickup's way better than the Jeep.
Not if I'm not on the sand.
Yep.
Oh,
it's Colorado.
God.
Jeeps are stupid.
I'm so glad I finally get to show the people that are in my neighborhood. It's very different than going downtown in Manhattan.
I thought they dropped off a whole bunch of new gals in town just the other day when it got hot.
Yeah.
It's like there was they called in the A-team. They called in the A-team, and all those sundresses were out. And I was pleasantly surprised.
These women up.
Hey, we got to go to the Central Park and do a couple of tours on the bike soon, huh?
Yeah, we do.
So we can get whiplash.
And we gotta hang out in Sheep Meadow.
No.
Yes.
We hang at Sheep's Meadow?
Sheep's Meadow is where everyone is.
Yeah, but you walk by it.
No, you hang out. The girls, they go topless in Sheep's Meadow.
Yeah, but they're we got to roll them over or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. I want to thank Pittsburgh, $5. Thank you, brother. Intern David said some nice things about you on E-Rock's show yesterday. Matt doesn't know who Intern David is. You don't know who Intern David is.
No, I don't.
But thank you. Andy Ballin up there at Albany. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. No, Sheep's Meadow is where it's at. The girls, they're yelling and screaming. It's their right to be topless.
Okay.
More and more girls
that.
topless in Sheep's
that.
Meadow.
Same thing happened in Cooperstown. They it was like in the 70s. They pushed for legislation to allow toplessness in Cooperstown
At the Hall of Fame?
They got it, and they got it was passed and approved, and then nobody did it. So we don't want to do it; we just want to be able to.
Right.
We're like, well, now you have to.
I think at that point you have to.
You have to.
I think if you're making a big stink about the whole thing, then now you got to do it.
Everybody has to.
Especially on the
bike.
Especially in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Is the dog peeing on your bike?
No, I'm just,
Can I show your bike on camera? All right, hold on. Let me get rid of Andy.
Bye, Andy.
Matt brought his Harley in. That dog right there is attempting.
Not attempting, but thinking about it. The dog's looking around over his shoulder. See, look behind him. It's like he's going to tell a racist joke.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If it's a Tesla, the dog's peeing.
Dogs pee on Tesla?
Even the dogs hate Teslas in New York City.
They should be smarter and hate the driver.
Well, you see the signs on the Teslas now?
The F Elon signs?
No, people are basically trying to tell the people that want to scratch up the Teslas and throw bricks through the Teslas that, hey, I bought this Tesla before
I knew I didn't like the guy. Before you told me I shouldn't like him.
Yeah, before I realized Elon was an asshole. Was one of the more famous signs that someone put on their Tesla recently. Bobby Riggs, KB said you and him have the same lip condition. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Bobby Riggs. But were you zigging and zagging
To get here?
to get here with that?
Yeah,
money?
on the parking lot that is also the Queensboro Bridge. Man, I started up the bridge, and then I see this backlog of traffic, and it was a standstill from the end of the on-ramp all the way across. So I flipped the GPS to see if it was how long it's going to take. And it said an hour and 15 minutes
to get to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt lives 4 miles from here, but it's probably that's
The toughest four.
the toughest 4 in and around New York City.
Well, here's why now, because the upper level has the only entry into Manhattan that is free, because they started they did the
Wait, they put a toll on the.
no, it's not the toll on the bridge, but when you take the bridge anyway, even if you're not in Midtown, you have to pay if you're going to Queens. So coming into Manhattan, there's one way off the upper level where you can avoid the toll.
Right.
So first few months of that, what is it called? The pricing, the Midtown pricing.
Congestion
pricing. It was quick. And that's because they had one lane blocked before they did the congestion. When they did congestion, they opened up the other lane and said, hey, it's 40% faster to get to Manhattan now. Look at this congestion pricing at work. And then now both lanes are open, and every time you take the bridge, it's starting to become a parking lot. So today I had to do the lane splitting, and lane splitting when you're moving is one thing because there's a little bit of space.
Yeah.
But this was a parking lot, so I'm back and forth in between each car. That's a bigger bike than the other one. So I gotta be careful.
It depends on my mood. Like when I see the motorcycle lane splitting, sometimes I help them out.
Sometimes I want to kill them. Sometimes
Yes, sometimes I help them out.
Unalive the guy.
And I move over a little bit so he has more room. And other times I kind of make it a little tougher.
There are only 3 types
Sometimes
of
they
drivers.
squeeze.
So only 3 types of drivers, right? So there's the guy who moves, or gal. There's the person who moves over a little bit, gives you some room. One who doesn't do anything, and those 2 are fine. And then you've got the jerk, like maybe you are sometimes. They slide in there to pinch it. But when you do that, you open up space on the other side.
Right.
So you get deked.
Right. Oh,
right.
you deked.
And then I go around the other side. And then, he tries to recorrect.
All
and then
right.
I get close to his driver window. And I just hit that throttle pretty good. I don't even use my horn. Smell my gas.
We got to say hi to an old friend of mine, Jud Jones.
Hey, Jud.
Oh, New
What's
York
going on,
Republican, Opie Hughes.
How are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Oh no, I don't know if this is gonna work because
Gotta yell.
because of all the city noise. I didn't realize this might not work, Jud.
What, can you hear me? You can't hear me?
Oh
all right?
no, I can't.
Your mustache looks good.
The mustache and the beard looks good.
Well, this is not a professional situation. We didn't do like a sound check beforehand.
Well, no, it's because we got all of New York City behind us, but I think we can make it work a little bit. My friend Jud Jones, I was introduced to Jud by Vic Henley. Jud Jones lived right next to Vic Henley. And then when Vic died, we became even closer friends. And then Jud Jones is like, screw New York City. He left during the pandemic and he's never returned.
Smart man.
Yeah. Came down to Florida for the freedom, stayed for the racism. It's a good spot to be in. And Matt, it's good to see you, boy.
You too.
I told Matt that you guys probably met because you hung out at Gebhards with me a couple times.
Oh yeah, man. We did some podcasts.
I'm not a
over
names
there.
guy, but when the face shows up, I can start to put it together.
That's a strong look, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I can't pull that look off. Obviously, I'm not. No one is surprised by my statement. I couldn't pull that off, man.
The long beard.
No, hell no. I tried the David Letterman beard, and it worked for a little while.
Yeah, well, this is my Florida camouflage.
I understand that.
This is what I wear. If I'm in New York, it's like I'm a hipster. In Florida, white nationalist. It's just a very binary thing.
Yeah. So that video you sent me yesterday, was that you?
Say that again.
The horse video. That was you. You filmed that?
I filmed that. That's not my horse, but yeah.
So how did you get in that situation? And I had an old roommate that actually did that when we were in college. He was mating horses yesterday. How was your butt?
Well, actually, I was collecting the cum and driving it to our horse. That's what I was doing yesterday.
Oh, you drove it? You were the jizz caddy?
I was a cum runner. That's right. That's what I was doing yesterday.
Oh, it used to be rum runner, right? That's where the stock car racing came from. But now,
I was close to Daytona, so it's very similar.
Beautiful.
That's where the funny cars came from.
That's right. Yeah, no, we've got a bunch of mares at our place in Florida, so we were breeding them, and so I have to go collect that and all that. But it's pretty violent, huh? How about that video?
Violent?
So the video he sent me. Wait. So whose horse was mounting the pommel horse?
It's some gay dude over in Ocala. I don't know.
All right. So when you watch the Olympics with the gymnastics.
Yep.
When they're not
yep.
when they're not running and jumping over like the pommel horses and stuff, I think they're using them to mate horses because it was the exact same thing I thought. And then the horse mounts on top of this thing with his giant rod. And then how do you collect the damn seed?
Well, see, the whole process is that this guy brings his horse in there, his stallion, and they walk it by a mare that's in heat. So he gets all jazzed up and shit, right? So then they walk the stallion in there. And then they put the mare on the other side of that block, right? So the stallion goes up and just starts giving it to the pommel, just starts going, right? Yeah. And then you see that guy in the video, he's the cum catcher, right? So he's got the fake horse vagina that he puts on the horse cock and collects it, right? So I mean, what are his conversations with the fellows at the bar at the end of the day? Right?
So you guys don't have to wear lipstick or anything.
No. I'm standing back watching them do this shit, man.
Now I gotta ask, because I've been wondering this literally since I was, man, how old was I? 19 or 20 years old, a million years ago. When I was in college, I had a roommate. He swore that he was mating horses, and he would leave the apartment we all lived in with a fucking raincoat on. And the reason was because, the horse can't control its action. Now, this guy was busting my balls, right?
Yeah, I think he was going down to Tijuana for some extra shit. Like that doesn't sound right.
I think I finally got the answer. I think he was busting our balls.
Yeah.
Because we all knew that was his job sometimes on the weekends, and he would leave fully like he was getting ready for a rainstorm.
That sounds a little suspicious. I'll be honest with you.
Dude, I think you answered a question I've been wondering about for at least 3 decades. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to see y'all, dude. You got a bandage on your hand. Is that like a Trump old man bruise?
Oh, I get like skin crap burned off me.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you get the same shit. You got the same.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. That's why I think wear a big old hat outside. Have to, man.
Well, now I mean I don't wear t-shirts. I don't wear shorts in the summer. I got a beach house, and I wear long sleeve shirts, sweatpants, And then if I'm going to jump in the water, then obviously I have a bathing suit underneath. But I'm fully covered at the beach all summer long.
Dude, I mean, out here in Florida, dude, I mean, I'm outside most of the day. I'm like long sleeve shirt, pants. Like,
you also wear sweatpants in public? Because that's gross.
What's that?
You wear sweatpants in public like this guy?
Oh, is that what you do?
That's what he does.
I do, bro. I do.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I realize I got. Every once in a while,
you've just given up altogether.
Yeah.
Well, I got
the tuxedo T-shirt.
I got
sweatpants and Crocs.
I got jeans on today. This is a special day for me.
Oh,
and every once in a while, I'll leave the house with my my sweatpants that should only be worn inside.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little dicky in the front.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. Those are inside pants.
They're
Oh, yeah.
stained and holy.
Oh yeah, it is a little
Right.
bit. But
Yeah.
you know, every once in a while I got to run an errand, and then I'm embarrassed. I start getting embarrassed, and I have a little, and I have a little
You know
shame.
what you're doing. You know what you're
I
doing.
know what I'm doing.
You're going over there to buy your fucking envelopes or whatever you're doing, swinging cock in
Yo,
the
the
water.
envelope thing. You know the famous envelope store is right here, really
is that
close
right?
to Gebhards. Yeah,
Wow, that's compelling.
if you know, you know. So Jud Jones is a comedian. He does some comedy down there in Florida. God, you haven't been on this thing in too long, brother.
It's a long time, man. Yeah.
And then he also now runs a farm.
Oh, yeah? What kind of farm? Oh, like a jizz farm?
Yeah. Horse jizz. That's right. We got horse jizz going everywhere. We got horses, got pigs, chickens, the whole shebang, dude.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
a couple of barn cats, all that fun shit.
So you're getting your own eggs. What about the
every day?
What about the bird flu though, bro?
It ain't over here. We don't have it. If we got any problem,
Well, you don't let your chick socialize.
Yeah, we haven't had any problem with that.
Trump took care of the bird flu in Florida. He took care of you folks.
I don't know, man. The bird flu thing. The problem with the bird flu, like the way, and I hope they change what they do with that whole situation now.
Yeah.
It's like whenever there's bird flu on a farm, right, or any kind of place where they're like mass producing eggs.
Yeah.
They go in there and they just kill all the fucking chickens.
Right.
Right. Instead of the sick ones are obvious. So instead of separating those from the other ones, they just go and they kill them all. The USDA runs your farm until they find no trace of it. That's why egg prices went crazy. It's the worst way to do shit. It's absurd.
I, for one, don't give a shit about egg prices because I think eggs are way overrated. I think they stink, Judd.
You don't like eggs?
No, I don't like eggs, and I don't like chickens anymore because we're throwing so much steroids and whatever else we're putting in the chickens. They don't taste like chicken anymore.
Oh shit! Not these chickens. We're giving them up table scraps, fruit, and shit.
Really?
They're loving it. Oh yeah. Do you remember that guy that Carl was friends with, Tank Jackson, who had the pigs?
Yeah.
You remember that guy? And
Of course I do.
Right, and he would talk about. He looked like what was it? All the hunters in Louisiana. What is that? The Duck Dynasty guys.
Yeah. Duck Dynasty. Right.
And he would show up to deliver a pig to Carl for his restaurant.
Yeah.
And we'd go out, and he's wearing fucking Carhartt fucking overalls and shit, and looking like that. And he was the most interesting dude. But he was talking about what he gave his pigs, just everything. I mean, chocolate and fucking anything that he'd give to those pigs, right? And everybody wanted his pigs. And there was one night with him, me, Vic, and Carl and him went out, right? I think me and Vic had some sets at the comic strip, and then we went out on the Upper East Side. And there was this dude who was friends with Carl, right? And this dude showed up, and he had this chick with him. And she was like, she was kind of short, and she was cute, like an attractive girl, right? But me, Vic, and Carl were like looking at her, and I looked at Vic, and Vic looks at me, and we're trying to figure out like something's off with this girl, right? But again, she's just kind of small, but regular, whatever. But like something's weird, and I'm all drunk and shit, and we're talking everything, and me and Vic and Carl are looking at each other, and then that chick walks off to go to the bathroom, and I said to her boyfriend, Carl's buddy, I go, midget who got her legs extended? And he goes, yes.
All right.
So there was something to it, man. Yeah, she was a little person, got her legs extended, so she was kind of normal, but we're like, there's something, it's a little weird, man. Yeah.
Oh my God. I miss those guys. Obviously we talked recently because of we're how many years now for Vic? 5?
Yeah, I guess it's 5 years, man. Yeah, 2020 April. Yeah.
Yeah, that just passed. And the other thing about Hank, the pig farmer, what creeped me out?
Tank.
His name was Hank, right?
Tank. Tank.
Tank. I'm sorry.
Tank Jackson.
What bothered me about Tank was that he named all his pigs. So he made them too real. Like, oh, that's Tiffany and that's Mercedes, and he raised them like they were pets. And I'm like, as soon as you cross the line, and you're a farmer, so you probably understand this. As soon as you cross that line and make it more of a,
you can still kill them. It's all right.
When you turn them into your pets for the first couple years,
it's all right.
Well, we actually have 2 pigs that we named Blanche and Rose from the Golden Girls.
yeah.
But like we would joke around, like, if Kamala Harris would have won, I would have fucking eaten that pig. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
Like I would have had no problem doing that. Shit was
really?
downhill. Oh, sure. No problem at all. None
whatsoever. I can't kill nothing.
No.
Even stupid. I don't even want to admit this, but
fish.
Well, the fish, but it's a little painful. But I get about 2 or 3 keepers a year.
Bleeding heart of his.
No. Know what I do? Know what I do? I offer up half the fish to the neighbor. Yeah. I go, the deal is I caught it, you fillet it. Give me my half of the bags. That's how I get around it for real. I do not like filleting fish.
Farming out murder then, huh?
I'm farming out the murder.
You catch the fish and then have somebody else process
Flay
the
it.
fish?
Yeah. I'm lame. I like admitting the lame stuff there, Judd. I'm lame. I'm lame. I every once in a while you'll get a hook that's way down in the fish. Yeah. And it's deeply depressing because you're killing it by
just throws it back before it's dead, thinking he did the right thing.
Well, sometimes I'll cut the line. Sometimes I'll cut the line.
They're sick.
No, they say that's better than trying to yank the thing out because sometimes it gets caught way deep and it's a mess.
Well,
and so they say that they have a better chance if you cut the line because of the salt water. Hopefully the hook will rust fast.
Yeah, that fish has very little chance.
That's what we tell each other.
How convenient.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, I got no problem killing shit. You know what I've been killing out here? I've killed 4 of them, and I never thought I would have to do this. Raccoons.
Raccoons.
I have to kill raccoons, man. They eat the chickens, dude. They bite their heads off.
They're bad.
So how are you doing it? Because I'll tell you the truth. I got one living in the walls of my beach house.
Oh, you do?
I really do.
Well, get that.
We'll go into the house and I'll start banging on the whatever the
scamper.
Oh, and they'll scamper around because we have a drop floor for insulation, so they're hanging out in that 2-foot crawl space that takes over the entire base of the house.
Have you seen the raccoon, or is it a rat?
We have seen the footprints.
Oh. Okay.
And I know the hole they're going in, and then I'm like, do I just cover up the hole and wait for the smell? And I'm like, I can't do that.
No, that's no good. Just put a 22 right in its ear, dude. That's all you got to do.
Nighttime.
And well,
flashlight.
And well, we got some of that stuff out there, so you're not wrong. But
the Japanese call the raccoon, their translation, call them a washing bear because they do this
with their hands.
Yeah.
They do.
A washing bear.
Fancy. So I'm interested. You got mushrooms down there? Tell me about that.
Lost you.
We lost you for a second, Judd.
Oh, I'm interested, Matt. You said you got mushrooms downstairs?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Nope.
Oh, no,
Matt doesn't like talking about the illegal activity here at Gebhards.
There's none. There's no alleged illegal activity.
Not at Gebhards on West 72nd.
Not even at Gebhards. I mean,
no.
I do it to make him squirm. I talk about how he has illegal card games in the basement and he's growing mushrooms.
He says I had sex with my mother. All sorts of weird
stuff. He
stuff.
did have sex with his mother. He had sex with his mother.
It's different.
Wow. So mushrooms aren't
the 2 guys that I hang out with in New York both had sex with their mom.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, Ron.
He has 2 friends.
No, I have more than that.
Ron. What a loser.
No, I have more
You
than
suck.
That. I do have more than that. But he had relations with his
Sorry, Ron, just kidding.
His exchange mom. when he went overseas and then had to live with a family.
No relation.
I know. I understand. I have to say that because every time I see Matt's mom, she gives me a look like, "How about you knock it off with the?"
She said she listened to the episode once because you guys said too many things I couldn't. I had to stop.
Right. What nationality was this person?
Belgian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, she was a blondie.
Oh, very good. So
Not bad, right?
Just a one-time thing, a one-shot?
Nope.
Oh, for a semester.
A couple times around the horn. Yeah.
Dude, she hit
around the world, if you know what I'm saying.
She hit on Matt immediately.
Right away.
Immediately. And then it was they had how long was the relationship?
I wouldn't call it a relationship. We had some flings over the course of, I don't know, like 3 months.
So you were an exchange student?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was over there for a year.
So
I graduated high school and I went and redid my senior year for just experience, no credit or anything. So,
well, did this woman have like children that you were friends with?
Yeah. Well, they were young kids,
so
okay. Didn't count.
All right. So have you been back to Belgium since?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he does.
Is there a little Matt running around?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think I would know, right? I would know.
I mean, maybe.
Dad knows.
Bro,
Right.
show off your hat. I like the hat.
What's that?
Your hat. Tilt
What about
down.
it? What about the hat?
It's a nice hat.
Oh yeah,
His ass?
45s.
It's his ass or something.
45s, Colt 45s are what the Houston Astros were before they were the Astros.
Huh.
Very, very nice.
Right. But some people also think it's a Trump hat. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Now there's people now drinking next to us, so now it's even harder to hear you, Judd.
Oh,
But I think we're
Okay.
pulling it off.
okay, good.
How-
All right.
So,
So I saw one of your podcasts the other day, Gebhards. It was interesting that special needs person spitting saltines everywhere.
oh yeah, you saw that one?
That was quite compelling.
Here still.
Yeah,
Clean well.
spitting that shit everywhere.
Can you do the saltines
Can't
challenge?
Can't be done.
I don't think I would even attempt it.
Jesus.
He should just hit you with his stick.
Yeah, that's Scott Watson. He has PTSD.
So he scares everybody else. Boom!
That's how he deals with it, by scaring the crap out of everybody else.
Take the lower portion of one of your legs.
Nice.
But I think I don't know. I think someone could do the saltines challenge.
No,
7 saltines in a minute.
Some really wet-mouthed individual.
Yeah.
You gotta like get
You
that
gotta,
moisture going.
Somebody who drools a lot might
Right.
be the one. But
I
so
don't
far,
know.
I've never seen it done.
Well, you just gotta find a slow person.
Well, I think you found
Trick 'em?
one.
Great.
I think you had that person there the other day.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Are you ever gonna come back to New York, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, man. I tell you, I think about it all the time, and then I don't know. I'll see some shit on the news, and then I'll be like, oh, that's one of the reasons I left.
Bro,
I'm
don't
like,
watch the
my
news.
God, man.
It's
Yeah.
worse than the news.
For real, I miss you. Don't ever come back. Don't ever
I
come
know.
back.
I can't believe you're still there, dude. You had a window when your kids were young enough. Fuck all their friends. You could have moved down to Florida, and you missed the window. Now they're like fucking 20 years old.
They're old. And Judd, not only did Judd tell me this a few years ago, you were also basically showing me where I could live.
Yes.
Like the king down there. He was
You have a shed in the backyard?
he was showing me properties. He's like, oh,
Maybe you can move in with the horse.
I can move in with the
You
horse.
can help out.
Dude, I was banged for your buck, dude. You missed out.
I kind of missed.
Everybody loves the bang.
I kind of missed out. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, because now the kids are. We're looking at houses kind of close to New York, but that's not getting the job done either, man.
Nope.
Oh man, yeah. No, that would. There was plenty of. I don't know. The housing market's a weird thing now in Florida, though, man.
Dude, you're so right though. The window. I actually didn't live here for over a year.
Yeah.
There was no one living in the city. There was no reason to be here. And so many people moved for good.
Right. No, I get it. You know, what's interesting is like the people that I talk to, there's two different kinds of people in New York that I talk to. The people who've moved to New York at some point in their life, they're the ones that say, oh, New York is back.
Right.
It's
Nope.
back.
No.
But the
Ain't
people
nothing.
who are from New York, they're like, it's a fucking hellscape.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, don't come back. Like, it's a very interesting dynamic.
So, I mean, It's not as bad as the news portrays, but what is bad is the cost of living is absolutely insane.
It's crazy.
And what are you getting?
Matt
for
just bought $11. What was that?
Oh, that was stupid. So yeah, I went to get us a coffee, and they had a chicken salad over at this deli. So I said, I'll take a little half thing of chicken salad for later. And she brings it up and says it's $11.75. I was like, okay. And then she goes, oh, you have coffee too? I was like, what? So a pound of chicken salad's $23.50. She goes, no, it's $11.75 for half a pound. I said, all right. Thanks for the clarification there. But I can get a ribeye for less than that.
Oh yeah.
And I got chicken salad, and there's celery in this shit.
Right.
I paid.
No, man.
Anyway,
That is, I don't miss that part of it. But, I also left, like, right when COVID was, like, it was, like, at the end of March. Like, it was really ramping up.
Yeah.
And our whole thing was like, all right, we'll just go down to Florida till this shit settles down. And then it was like 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I guess we're living in Florida now, you know?
Well, what New York loves to do, so a lot, you haven't done it yet, right? There's a lot of establishments, Jud. They're putting the tariff charge on your bill.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
They're putting the tariff charge on the bill, even though tariffs haven't affected anyone yet.
No.
But they're getting ahead of the curve. So there's now places that literally have a tariff charge.
We need a congestion pricing line on our
Right.
on our
Right.
receipt.
And these sons of bitches did it during the epidemic, the pandemic. They were doing a little charge, especially with the cabs and stuff. And guess what? Pandemic, pretty much long gone. That charge is still there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then you got these delivery trucks, and they'll enter the zone. They get charged for that entry, and then they deliver to 10 different places, and each of those places gets a charge for being in the zone. So the delivery companies are making bank. At least they're making their money back, and then they're making a little extra, and everybody's paying more.
You've heard about the congestion pricing plan, right?
I
Where
have.
now they have a toll in the middle of Manhattan. It has nothing to do with bridges and tunnels anymore. Oh, you're going to the second half of Manhattan, you got to now pay a toll. And every city is watching this, and they're all going to fucking do it.
Where does it start? Like 60 something?
Say that again?
Where does it start? Like 60 something?
It's 61st Street
Yeah.
down to 33rd or 34th Street.
So you're just going down Broadway, and all of a sudden there's a giant toll thing above the street that just hammers you. $9 a day.
You can't take the bridge to Queens without paying it. Even if you're uptown, you try to take the bridge, you dip into a corner of that zone, you got to pay.
Wow. Didn't Trump do something?
Trump's fighting it, but they put they said it's unconstitutional for him to fight it now.
Yeah, because Trump was basically like, go screw, we're taking that away. And then Governor Hochul she pushed back and fought, and now they're still charging for
Governor Skeletor.
I forget what the number. I forget what the numbers are, but like you see, like all these people that keep getting elected in New York.
Right.
There's such a small percentage of people in New York that actually vote.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
They voted for Santos,
and
didn't
they
they?
keep doing this shit over and over, man. It's wild.
They sentenced George Santos today to 18 years in prison. So obviously he was found innocent.
And now he's going to steal the identity of the biggest guy in prison.
Right. Well, I think it was actually 7 or 8 years. But when I heard
yeah, you're right. I was doing the math. It was months. But yes.
Yeah.
But that means he was found innocent if they throw him in jail for 7 or 8 years.
What do you mean?
Well, they let the convicted out of jail. They put the unconvicted in.
Because the Heine thing in jail, that's why I say he was found innocent.
It was elected years.
If you explain the joke, it doesn't work. You know that, Jud.
Well, I missed it. Dude.
Never mind.
You're saying that he wants to be in prison? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, his sexual orientation. How is that?
Oh, that's right.
How is that?
Prison rape. Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying? They love it. Come on down. Everybody loves it.
Not every guy that goes to jail is getting it that way. Let's just put it that way.
I swear I did it.
Anyway.
Yes. Right. That seemed like a lot of time for what he did. I mean, he was a committed fraud and spent money on all sorts of shit or whatever that was like campaign money or something.
And he was faking his identity and whatever. They all do it.
Yeah.
And I like what you said about New Yorkers. I think this city is on to how most politicians are full of crap, and that's why a lot of us don't vote in New York, man. We know.
I think that is part of it. But I wonder what New York's going to be like in 10 years, because you see, like, Trump actually got a lot of votes in AOC's district.
Right.
I mean, he didn't win it, right? But, that's changing. And you got,
Right.
A lot of people don't like Schumer anymore, right?
No.
And here's the thing about what's his name? The mayor. I'm blanking.
Hold on. It's too late.
What's
Never
the
mind.
mayor? What's the mayor dude again?
Adams.
I forget.
Mayor Adams.
Like I had like some faith in Adams when he got elected.
Yeah.
Because he was like the law and order guy. He was a cop.
Yes.
Right. So I'm thinking like, okay, there's a good chance with him. But I remember reading an article that with the bail reform that started in 2019, like he had a real problem with that. And then he goes up to Albany to talk to all of his old homies, because he was up there before, to tell them like, hey, we got to like change this. And they were like, fuck you.
Right.
We're not changing this shit. And so then he's just like, his hands are tied, man. Like, what can you do? I can't even believe that was the thing that started New York on the downward trend before COVID. Like
letting the arsonists out.
Dude, I was there since 2015. And, like I lived in Brooklyn and Queens. I didn't worry about shit, man. I'm walking back at 2 a.m. Like it was a good time to be in New York. And as soon as that bail reform shit went in, it changed.
Yep.
Like New York changed completely, dude. And then COVID, and then, blah, 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 blah,
Yep.
blah.
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Jud Jones.
It's weird,
but
man. It's a weird thing.
It's getting louder and louder, so I think we got to wrap up. But I'm gonna get you on this again really, really soon.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Good to see you.
But
Good to see you too, Matt.
Come on up. You're welcome to hang out for a day.
he's never
2 days.
coming back. He's never coming back.
Just
Well,
past
man,
Newark, you got a hangover in New York,
He
I might
never
sneak-
even
I might
emptied
sneak
his
up-
apartment. Him and his girl, they laughed and said, "You could keep our stuff."
Keep it. Yeah. We shipped some stuff down and the other we're like, fucking whatever.
Remember,
It's true.
That's
We
all right.
opened it
Start
up.
fresh.
We opened it up and people took shit like you're going to Costco and left it on the curb. You came and got it all. We didn't even give a shit, man.
There you go.
Not at all. All right, boys. I'll catch up with
You got it.
Later, man.
Thank you, Jud Jones.
All right,
Gonna
man.
freeze out.
You're freezing out, so I'm just gonna remove you from the live stream. That's my. Well,
What are they doing there? They're just sitting there.
the cops.
I think they're here for me.
Oh, damn, NYPD right
They
out
go in
there.
the door. I'm going out the window.
Did
You
we
wanna start
say-
my bike?
Maybe they know about the mushrooms in the basement.
They don't. But there's nothing to know.
True,
You know,
true. All right, I
it's
gotta. All right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Why is the NYPD there, man?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Whatever. My bike's not inspected.
Why are they hanging out there?
No, they've been sitting. They're on their computers. They're just doing Twitter, twinks.
Grinder.
All right. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Matt's got to go to work.
I got to go to other work.
You're
By the
going-
way, that's 328 West 45th Street, the original Beer Culture, celebrating our 12th anniversary this year.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Wait, that's 12 now? That was
12.
2 years ago we had that big party?
2 years ago, yeah. Bye-bye.
So if you want, Matt's a big podcast star, and now
Big time.
if you want him to pour you a beer, he'll be at the other joint, 40,
I'll get you ketchup. I'll do whatever you want, man.
45th between 8th and 9th is the other joint that Matt owns, all right? All right.
Come on down.
Dude, the Guinness pour is overrated, right? As a
yeah.
beer guy?
Well, Guinness is one of the greatest all-time beers.
I understand that, but the pour is overrated, right?
I think they spend too much time worried about the damn pour when the beer settles in nicely. You're right.
The beer's so good. If it's on the bar, you'll just
I'd drink it out of a shoe,
there you go.
not yours.
But everyone brags about the pour. I'm like, it's not about the pour.
And it's not about doing a friggin' harp in the foam or doing like a 4-leaf clover in the foam or whatever the heck else, John penises, whatever you guys like. Just drink the damn beer.
There you go. All right.
So, love you. Leave it on that note.
Is that it? I think that's it.
That's it for me.
All right. That's it for me. Unless we want to do street camp for a little while. We could let's go back to street
You wanna
camp.
Fire the bike up, do a burnout. Now that the cops aren't there.
Yeah, do that. That'll be a great way to end the live stream. What do you think?
I gotta pee so bad.
So do it. Just do it on the bike. All right, Matt's gonna. This is how we end today. That's Matt's Harley.
Really took a lot to talk him into it.
I know. He said, "Nah, I can't do it," and now there's Matt. All right, this is how we end. This is how we end the live stream. The NYPD has left. Oh my God. He's like, there he goes. Did he stall his bike?
He stalled it. He stalled it.
Did you stall your bike, Matt?
Yes, you did.
It sounded like you stalled
And
it.
you had to restart it.
It sounded like
100%. You stalled it.
that was a stall, right?
Huh?
You're still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on. Why? Here, come on over. You want to just jump on for a second? Say hi.
Say hi?
No.
Or I was going to say Mike is here.
This is one of here. Just go like this. This is one of Matt's bartenders. There you go. She'll be working all night
Actually, you, me, Russ.
pouring your beers. Matt, you done? You're not coming back? That was it?
Say bye.
All right, just say bye to the people. It's my friend Matt.
Bye.
He owns two lovely beer joints in New York City. Come support one of them if you like our podcast, right?
If you like beer, if you like podcasts, if you like shit wine,
If you like girls.
we have frozen margaritas. If you like girls, you like guys, you like both or neither.
Or neither.
Or neither.
The neithers are the ones you got to worry about, I think.
You know, it means you need a friend. Come on
The
down.
neithers.
You know,
All right, with that, we say, have a good weekend.
Farewell.
And goodbye to the neithers. And we will talk to you
down in the
soon.
neither regions.
Yeah, goodbye.